In order to achieve any big goal, it's important that you have a plan. First, you have to know what the goal is, right? So you set it. And in sales, oftentimes that might be a revenue goal. But here's where I find a lot of people then like leave it. And you can't just leave it there. You have to then break that revenue goal down into smaller bite-sized pieces. Now that could be, all right, so if I want to bring in, $500,000 in business this year, then how am I going to achieve that? What do I have to actually sell in order to achieve that goal? And it could be, looking at what your average sale price is. That's a good way to start and go, okay, so I need to close X number of deals in order to get to my 500,000. And then you got to back it up even further from there. So on average, my close rate when I get on a consult call is what? Is it 50%? Is it 75%? If it's less than 50%, please seek some additional support to get better at your conversions because you should be closing 50% or more of those calls. Now, if that's the goal and okay, so I need X number of clients, I have a 50% close rate, so that means I need to do X number of calls. So then how many leads does that break down into? And what am I going to do in order to market and bring those leads into the business? And then actually have a plan that you take action on. So this could mean that you spend X number of minutes every day prospecting, or a few times a week, you have it blocked out on your calendar that you're going to do outreach, or you're going to guest on podcasts, or you're going to speak at events, or whatever that is. But think about what is it going to take in order to reach that goal. Now, here's a little something extra that I often recommend. And I know this from having managed sales teams in my selling career and putting on a ton of contests and things that motivate and get people going is you have to track your progress. This is so crucial to your success. So, whatever tracking looks like for you, for some people, it's they've got the little temperature gauge or thermostat or whatever, and they're like filling it in as they're getting closer to that $500,000 goal, or again, whatever your goal is, doesn't matter. They might do that. Or for some people, it's like, okay, so I need to have this many conversations. And so they have a board where they put up stickies, right? And they like cross off the sticky as they have each of those conversations and maybe circle the ones that close or whatever that is. But do something to track your progress. And don't just track it monthly, try to track it weekly because that will keep you on track so that you're able to actually attain this goal that you set for yourself. There's a reason you said it. You know it's possible. It's totally fine to have a pie in the sky goal, but do something to make sure you're going to get as close as possible. What's the thing? Like shoot for the moon. It's okay because if you're shooting for the moon, you're going to end up in the stars. I think that's the quote or some version of that. Like you've got this. Take action and be diligent on tracking and working towards like what does it take to actually reach that goal. All right, I'm wishing you continued success.